I could ask or think, believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out with Oscar Bimpong show. And today is another powerful segment that we always bring consultant, experts, talented people, and people doing exceptionally well in their community to come and give us knowledge in terms of our career and the pursuit of every vision that we have. And trust me, this program is going wide and far. All our TV programs on T2i TV is really catching fire in terms of people being impacted. And that is the reason why we always come to you every week with powerful discussion that is meant to really bring a difference in your life. And today is no exception. I have got another powerful guest that is coming on the show, and she's been there before. So I believe that she is in a position to really share knowledge that has got the capacity to inspire us to our glory and success. Now, before I go on, I want to do some few mentions of the sponsors of this program. And this program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm. Also, P&Q Personnel, your number one agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses based in the UK. ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. ZPay have launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, and that is *270#. Just join what they call the Freedom Family. ZPay says it's bringing freedom to the Ghanaian people. Now, lastly, this program is sponsored by Kudu Business Support, your web and graphic design, app development, or for all your social media management. If you want to contact any of these sponsors, their numbers are scrolling on a taskbar. Just take the number and contact them. I always say that if you tell them that you got the number from T2i TV, you are more likely to get a very good deal. Now, if you want to sponsor any of our shows, or you want to support what we are doing in terms of impacting knowledge, we also got a number that is also scrolling on the screen. Just take the number and contact us. For us as Train to Inspire Consultancy, whether in your career or in your business, we are going to support you just because you are also supporting this platform with the adverts or with whatever you want to use to support us. So thank you very much in advance, and we hope to hear from you soon. Now, let me go straight to business. Who do I have on the hot seat tonight? I have interviewed her about 7-8 years ago. And that was when I've started radio some few years, and I had the opportunity to interview her. But over the years, her growth and the way she's been able to really exceed expectation is so amazing. And that is why I really want to interview her again to know the progress and what the secret is in terms of how she's been able to really get to that height. Now, somebody might ask, who do I have on the hot seat if they don't really know her? She is a mother. She is a nurse by profession. She is an award-winning international gospel musician. And she is in the person of Mrs. Dinah Hamilton. Please welcome to Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, and you are live on T2i TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How has your day been under COVID conditions?
Sometimes you get confused which day it is, whether it's a Sunday or it's a Saturday, you get it all mixed up. But hey, grace is sufficient.
Yes, grace is sufficient. Now, our topic for discussion today is family life, career, and pursuing your vision as a gospel singer. How are you able to really manage all this and still be on top of your game? But before I go on to that, who is Dinah Hamilton? If somebody is watching this for the first time and say, who is this lady that Oscar is interviewing?
Well, you've said it all, haven't you? Dinah Hamilton is a Christian woman. I love God. I've served God, and I'm still serving God. And I'm also a gospel minister. I sing. By the grace of God, I have 5 albums to my credit. I'm working on my 6th. I've released a couple of songs out of that. I am a nurse by profession. I am married. I'm a mother, and I also have Dinah Hamilton Foundation and other things that I do. Yes.
Wow, that is
so. In terms of my singing, I think, like I said, I have 5 albums to my credit. My first album was Osrobe Kasa. My second album was Insiwiye. My third album was Blessings. So my fourth was Yehovah, which had Work in Progress and Yehovah Beshe on it. My fifth was I Believe, which had the song I Believe on it, which had Muniyo, which had Nsenchani Nyankopon, and other songs on it. And I'm currently working on my 6th, and out of that I have released Wasem out of that, and a couple of worship medleys out of that as well.
Wow. I don't know how you are able to do all this, but I will come to that. Now, you were born into a Christian family and from a Pentecostal family. And how did that one shape your early childhood?
Thank you very much. Thank you to you and your listeners and those that are watching you. But like you said, I was born into a Christian family. My father was an apostle of the Church of Pentecost, and so I was born into the church. But I'm not a Christian because I was born into the church. I'm a Christian because I've known God for myself. I've seen what God is able to do, and I've declared Him as my Lord and my personal Savior. But growing up, it was a Christian home, and so there was a lot of singing, a lot of prayers, a lot of church, a lot of love, not just the spiritual thing, but the physical thing things, a lot of love, respect, mutual respect between parents and children, children and siblings. And the fear of God was instilled in us. There was that discipline, there was that total reliance on God. And so, yes, it has shaped me up until now. Yeah.
Wow. You are a family person, right? Career woman, a gospel musician. I want you to tell me how you manage your time, because this is not easy for any mother. Because sometimes when I meet women who have got only children and career, the story is different. But for you to also add your talent to it, and that one is even now getting to the pace of taking much of your time. How do you manage your time?
Thank you very much. How do I manage my time? Sometimes you wish you had instead of 24, maybe if God added like 2 extra hours, maybe life would have been a little bit easier. But I say that it's not as bad as it looks for me, because God has given me help that has made life easier for me. And so it's not as bad as it looks. My husband is helpful. The kids are good. I always have friends that will come in and help out with the kids if I have to travel. And so it hasn't been bad. I must say it hasn't been bad. It's not as overwhelming as it might sound or look.
You made mention of friends coming in to sometimes help when you have traveled or you are not around. So does it mean that you are able to build good relationships? Because especially in London, it's very difficult for you to even leave your child or maybe a family member to come and support you for a week or 3 days.
Right.
How do you build such a good relationship for them to go to the extent of coming to that level?
I think I've been blessed like that, with people who are helpful, people who are genuine friends. I think God has there's one thing I pray for all the time is for God to bring me help. And because God is a prayer answering God, He always brings me help. But I also value friendship. And so I believe in friendship that lasts long, and friendship that do not take each other for granted, friendship that are not in, or friends that are not in for a particular benefit, but in because of the relationship they cherish. So God has blessed me with that kind of people, and yes, they come in to help. I mean, last year, for instance, last year, for instance, getting to the latter part, I think around September, from September up to about October, I had a very good friend of mine who was on holidays here. And so I did all my journeys without needing a nanny. And sometimes I'd have to pay someone to come in and keep an eye, but most of the time, God brings us people. Yes.
When did it first dawn on you that you can sing?
I think I was about 7 years. I think I was about 7 years when I knew I could sing. And I think I knew I could sing before that, but I didn't know that anybody would enjoy it. Until one time I was singing, and an auntie of mine shouted at me, kind of told me off for singing like an adult. That's when I knew I must be doing something right. Because she was like, "Stop singing like an adult. You're only a child."
Wow.
Then I knew that okay, I might be doing something. And another auntie of mine said to her, "No, don't worry her. She's good at singing. Let her sing." So that's when I knew that I was doing something right. And so that carried on up until now.
I am thinking that what your auntie said could have really demoralized a lot of like a child like you, but it rather inspired you.
Okay,
Interestingly,
so I was blessed to have had another auntie of mine who was there, who told this auntie of mine off that leave her alone, and that let her sing, let her do her singing. I think my personality too has been, I'm a kind of a carefree person. Is that really true? Well, yeah, I'm a very happy person, and so things don't get to me that much. It hits me, but did it stop me? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Yeah. And I was quite young. I was only 7 years,
Mm.
if not, yeah, I think I was about 7 years.
So how did the transition really started? Like, so where did you start from? So started singing at home, and it took to the next level and the next level, and today we are. Take us through a bit of the process, because you see, there
Okay.
is one thing identifying your talent, and there is one thing nurturing it. A lot of people are able to identify their talent, but they are not able to nurture it, because
That's right.
nurturing it is the hard work bit. That is you singing all every single place, and you are not even getting paid. And these are some of the sacrifice a lot of people that uses their talent they go through. Talk to us about the transitioning.
Okay, so like I said, I started singing out at the age of about 7. But that all happened in-house. I never sang to a crowd, not even a crowd of 3. And so I did that. I did that for a long time, until when I was in, I think, class 6 or GSS 1. I think class 6 GSS 1. No, class 6 GSS 1. And I joined the school choir. And then also we were giving some assignments. We're supposed to learn a long list of some things. I think it was part of cultural studies or something in school. And we're supposed to learn a long list of things that I found in a palace. It was so long I couldn't memorize it. So I turned it into a song. And
Wow.
the day the teacher came to ask them to sing, to recite it, I sang mine. So I think that was the first time I sang a song. I did something like that. And prior to that, my teacher had taught us, a class 6 teacher had taught us a song. I come to the garden alone. That was is a song that we were taught by our teacher. 2 songs. I'm only human and I come to the garden alone. And I think on my birthday, on my 13th birthday, I sang that song in church. And
Wow.
the people will say the rest is history.
The rest is history. Now I
Yeah.
want us to go to passion. Your passion is unbelievable. Sometimes when I see you on stage, the Dynam Hamilton on the stage is different from the Dynam Hamilton that is at home. And
Oscar, you're not at home with me. How would you know that I'm
no,
Hamilton?
because when I meet you, it's like the calm Dinah Hamilton who is talking calmly. I don't know, a bit of shyness. I'm not sure, but
Oh no.
you are that kind of a person that when you hold the mic, it's like you become the lioness.
Ah.
Where do you derive your passion from?
Grace is sufficient. It's all the grace of God. It's not a rehearsed thing. It's just purely the grace of God and the love that I have for what I do. And so I think it's a combination of that grace and love and passion for what I do. And it's also come as a result. Oh, great. Let's decline that. But it's come on the camera as well. So, all right, if you
Okay.
pick it there, we can then decide. Yeah. Oscar, are you on?
I'm on here.
Oh, great. Sorry. All right, that's nice. Sorry, a call came through and
Okay.
it can I thought we had. So it's a combination of all of that. And when we just before mounting this, I think everybody has their own anything, something that will hype them up. For me, I think it's just the spirit of God that hypes me, and maybe just before I jump onto the stage, there are a lot of nerves coming in, and I'm able to channel the nerves into the ministration.
Do you
Yeah.
do you think passion is aligned to what you love doing? And do you think a lot of people are not able to really channel their talent to a level of success just because probably it's not their talent or they don't really love what they do? Do you think there is that alignment
I think
between loving what you do?
I think maybe people give up because maybe their initial reason for getting into it was wrong. If I'm able to make myself clear, for lack of a better word, what was your reason for getting into ministry? Is it because somebody you admire was in it? Or is it because you think that anybody that has gone into ministry has prospered? Or are we portraying that it's all rosy? That's why you've gone in? Or it's actually been born out of experience with God? So it's the initial motive behind what we're doing that determines the kind of passion you will have and the consistency with which you will have that. Because some people might come in with a high expectation, and if the expectations are not met, then their bubbles are burst, and then they can't continue. They kind of lose hope or they lose their steam. But if you know why you are in and who you're in to meet, nothing will deter you, and you will not lose your passion, you will not lose your zeal, and you will not lose the steam with which you came in with.
You talked about consistency, and I think that is one thing that you do well. You do very well. Like with this COVID-19, you've started the program on a particular day, and I've seen you consistently coming on time. Just do your program and run away. Why can't people be consistent?
Consistency is, I think you have to make up your mind. You have to know where you're going, have the plan, and stay and stick to it. And I think if you don't have the plan, then that's when you jump from one place to another. But if you know your plan and you stick to it and you better yourself at it, then you will get results with time. And so it all comes with patience and consistency, like I said. But if you're being consistent and you're not giving up on excellence, and you're not cutting corners, then you will definitely yield results. Yes.
Wow. Now, you know, a lot of people start developing their talent. They hit a particular challenge and they give up. Somebody will say Diana Hamilton probably did not face any challenges. What are some of the challenges that personally you think that, look, it nearly got you down, but you still rose above it?
Oh, we've got loads. We've got loads. Every stage in my life and the challenges that we face. I faced different challenges at different times. At one point, I lost my whole band and singers. Yeah, that was a lean period in my ministry, and God gave me a new set after a lot of prayers and staying true to who I am, being consistent. So yeah, I lost my band. I held an event that I was never able to get any content out of, because somebody let me down at the last minute. And then after that, I lost the band and lost my singers. The singers wasn't as a result. I think the singers, I lost them because most of them grew, got married, had children, and it was so funny how we all did that at the same time. And then I didn't have any singer.
Wow.
And so that was challenging for me. And at every stage and the challenges that we get faced with. Yeah.
So it's all about the mindset that you carry in terms of that particular path that you want to take, right?
Yes.
Developing that mindset, how difficult it is. Because you see, I always tell people that if you have a job, then there is a routine in your life. That is, you are supposed to be there 9 o'clock, you close 5. If you do things right, you can have that job till you die if the company does not collapse.
And even if they don't promote you.
Even if they don't promote you, you still have a job, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
But with what you do and with what a lot of young people want to do, they want to be musicians, they want to be footballers. These things comes with a loads of challenges. But do they even have the right mindset to really stand in the gap, to fight the battle for them to really get to the other side called success?
Yeah, it's I can speak on the part of what I do. I can speak on that part. I think it's for me, ministry is enjoying every stage of your life, living the best of it, but still hoping to move on. And I'll give you an example. So, like I said, I found out I could sing when I was 7, but I never sang in front of a crowd till I was 13. What was I doing in between that time? I was still singing to myself, but I was never pushing my way, like stepping on people's toes just to be able to sing to a crowd. I actually enjoyed what I was doing, but I admired those that were ahead of me. At the age of 7, that wouldn't have been admire. I just admired the people that sang well, and would have loved to be like them. Did I ever sit to scheme? No. I enjoyed what they did. I grew up with that. So I sang to a crowd at school, then I sang to a crowd at Sunday school, and my church gave me the platform to sing to the church. Was I paid? No. Did I enjoy it? Oh, I looked forward to that. I look forward every day to getting the chance to sing to people and they being blessed. And after church, somebody say, Mommy, that was a good time of ministration. You blessed me. For me, that was my payments then. And I actually enjoyed that. I actually look forward to a Sunday that I will sing. Then I met a young man who was singing then and called me to be his backing vocalist. BV, we call it. So I BV'd for him for over 10 years. Once in a while, he'll give me the microphone to sing like a solo part of a song. And I gladly did that. And I'll tell you what, it's one of those one-off lead song that led me to my executive producer, who then bought the CD, loved the voice of the girl that was on it, met me one day and took off. Now, after I had sung for him, so I had sung for Francis for years, and then I went to nursing, because when I met Francis before I went into secondary school, but I met my executive producer in nursing school.
Okay.
So do you get what I mean? I had sung for Francis, say, the year 2000. Hey, no, that's a lie. In the year 1990.
Wow.
1990, 1991, 92-ish. Let's take it now. And I went through and I met my executive producer in 1999.
Wow.
And so was I looking for an executive producer? No, I wasn't. But I enjoyed every stage of my life. I did it so well, not because I wanted somebody to sign me on, but because I wanted whoever was in front of me to be blessed. I think that is achieving excellence at every stage of my life. Did I see other people do it? Oh, yes, I did. I sat under the ministry of Taker Sisters, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, Susie and Matt. And Susie and Matt were younger. Amongst the people I saw then, Susie and Matt were much younger. And I admired them in those times. Their command over the Tree language at that time, how they were able to sing in Tree songs and give appellations to God. I remember watching them do that. Was I jealous of them? No, I wasn't. I was just happy to see them and learn a thing or two at that early age. So that's what I've done. And because of that, whenever God moves me to another stage, I don't even see it as a huge stage. I just see it as God just moving me on to another level where I need to rely on Him more, where I have the chance to influence more people, but I have never pushed my way forcefully through things like that. No.
It's quite interesting, and you have made some 2 key points that I really want to let us to expand on it, and that is working so hard but never get paid. You know, this our generation. I deal with young people, talented young people, and when you even want to have a project with them, the first thing that comes into their mind is, how much are you going to pay me? But they never even think about how that project is going to help them to harness their skills so that they are going to get the needed skills for them to go to the next level. Because at this time, nobody even know your talent. So if somebody is giving an opportunity, I feel like the way you gladly embrace it That is how it's supposed to be. But in our generation, it's different. Money comes first before their talent. Do you think this is going to really work well for people that are developing their talent, but money is at the forefront and their talent behind?
It's so it's two things. If you are at a learning stage, every learning opportunity is an opportunity for you to pick up and learn. But we also have to not lose focus of the fact that maybe it could be someone else's livelihood, and that person has passed the stage of apprenticeship. So these are things we need to look at. If you're at the stage of apprenticeship, then you should be willing to learn and get knowledge more than thinking of the finances. It shouldn't be ahead of you. Like, how much are you going to pay me? If at this stage you're asking for money, then you're in for trouble. Especially when you're learning. How many students are paid by their teachers?
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, so that's something that you want to look at. If you're learning, then by all means learn, and it will get to a point. And the thing is, when it gets to a point where you are to be paid, you will not need to ask to be paid. They will ask you, how much will you charge? It comes automatically. But saying that, I think people have taken people for granted so much that it's making everybody wonder, are you going to use me for just your benefit, or are you coming to teach me, or are you going to give me an opportunity? Because some people, like I said, I sang with Francis Ajay, and he gave me the opportunity to lead. But you ask yourself, how many of people's backing vocalists have they asked them pick a microphone and sing? Or how many people's apprentices have they said, oh, this is a small contract, go do that, keep the change, or something? These are things. It's a balance we need to get. But if you're the one willing to learn, then you should be willing to sacrifice your time, your resources sometimes. Yeah.
Wow, that is very insightful. And I also want to get into the stage of sacrifice and enjoying the success and the talent of others. Instead of competing with them, you are rather complementing for the whole industry to grow. Now, I don't want to call it, there is this thing now in our community, especially, that when we see a talented person, we rather want to bring the person down rather than helping all of us to grow. I don't know whether you've had such experiences, but for me, I have seen a lot because I work with a lot of young people. And trust me, a young person called me a few days ago that he wanted to commit suicide just because he's working so hard. He doesn't have any support from family and his the society around him. But all they are doing is that they are laughing at him because every step that he takes, he's not able to achieve it, and it's really getting on his nerves and also putting a lot of pressure on him.
Right.
How can this be changed? How can we improve this?
I think we need to educate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves to actually tell who is doing well, and also to encourage people who are doing well, and then also to tell people who are losing their sense of direction, be able to have people around them who will tell them the truth. It could mean that this is not your area, and it's very important somebody tells you that, listen, maybe singing is not for you. Maybe you are a speaker, maybe you are the word, spoken word.
Spoken word, yeah.
Spoken word. Maybe you're not supposed to sing. You're supposed to actually say what you want to sing rather than sing what you want to say. And it could be that this young man, everybody around him is telling him that what you're doing is not right. And so you want to sit down and rethink two things. Either God has blinded everybody around him to see what he is seeing, or he has been blinded that nobody around him is seeing what he is, he's not seeing anything that everyone else is seeing. And I said it right. I think I have.
You're right. Let's move
He has to be very convinced in himself
on.
that that's what he's been told to do. Because two things, this is what happens when, if it doesn't go well, then he's going to come back and blame the people that laughed at him. But it's two things: either you're going to come back and say, oh, they were right, or I'm glad I stood my point, or I'm glad I stood on my grounds and carried on. Or you want to consider doing what you're doing, but also adding on to what the family is telling you to do. It could be that this guy is being told, listen, go to school, get a profession, and do this alongside, so that whichever takes off, you're good to go, rather than waste your childhood years pursuing just singing, and then that not working, maybe you losing your consistency or your steam, and then coming to ground zero. Okay. So that's one thing that we need to look at. It will also then come back to the point where, if you have something going for you, you'll be willing to let out your services without thinking of money, and you'll be gingered on to do more, and not be set back because I need to cover my rent at all costs. And so today singing is going to have to hold. I think I'm going to rap today, because today rapping here might pay me more. Then you're losing focus. What do you want to do? That's when lack of consistency coming, because you cannot be rapping one day and singing another, unless you're very good at both. But if it happens to be, okay, I think this crowd, rapping will be good, don't let me sing it, let me rap. You're getting people mixed up with you, and you're consistent. Yes.
So it means that at the early stage of learning, we need to be open-minded, right?
You have to be open-minded, and it's very important. One, you have a vision ahead of you. You want to, one, sit down and see people who have achieved what you aim to achieve. Learn from the things they got right, but also learn from the things they got wrong, so you don't repeat their mistakes, but you can repeat their successes, and even better, their successes. Because if you don't repeat their mistakes, you are more likely to better their successes, if that makes sense.
But this is where mentorship comes in. Do you think mentoring, especially in our Black community, in our African setting, in our Ghanaian setting, you think it really exists for young people, where when we reach at a certain level, we go back and say, look, this is the mistakes that we did, don't do the same mistakes? Or we take one person. I always tell people, especially those living in diaspora, our experiences are enormous. We have got both worlds. We've lived in Ghana, we've lived in Nigeria, you are now living in Europe or America. You've got both worlds. You are an asset to really mentor even one person. If all of us can take one person and mentor, I think over time, these problems we have in Africa will be solved in a way. But are we giving that helping hand in terms of mentoring young people? Like we do with your foundation. You are doing excellently well with your foundation, supporting people here and there. How can we really integrate this into our society and culture?
Okay. Mentoring is very good, but I've come to realize that mentoring is not just sitting in front of Oscar and Oscar telling you, do this, do that, do that. Because Oscar cannot reach everybody around the world, but everybody can reach Oscar. The mistake we have with today's youth is that they feel that the mentor, they should have access to the mentor. When I call you today, I should get you. I need to have your number. I need to be able to call you. I need you to tell me, go here, do that, do that. It can happen for some people who are close to you, but you cannot reach everyone.
Yes.
But let's take, for instance, I have a lot of people who say I'm their mentor that I've never met them. But I can boldly say I am mentoring these people. Why? They are sending me messages on social media. I am responding to them. I might not be able to respond to all of them, but they are watching my videos. They are watching my interviews and learning how I do my interviews. They are watching my videos and seeing my stagecraft. They are listening to my songs and seeing my choice of words. They're listening to my interviews and seeing how life has been. I keep telling, whenever you just ask me, I said, I went to school, I did this, I started singing at the age of 7, but I went to junior secondary school, I went to secondary school, I went to nursing school, I am practicing as a nurse. And so if you are in secondary school in Ghana and you feel this is where I'm ending because I'm a good singer and I want to be like Diana Hamilton, then I'm not mentoring you because I didn't end there. Just my journey should be a great level of mentorship for you. I know men of God who would say, this man is my mentor, but he's never met that person,
Yes.
but buys every book of that person, buys every preaching product of that person, sits on YouTube and learns everything, knows every interview that person has done. Then you are being a mentee. Okay, so it's like they'll say, nobody's mentoring anybody. I don't need to sit down and tell you, do this, do this. I'm telling everybody what to do. And if you feel you're fit in there, then you're my mentee and I am mentoring you. So it's very important we know that, yes, we can pick people. You enter a church and there are a lot of people I have met. I have a young lady in Belgium who would call me. She doesn't always get me. But when she gets me, she'll like, Auntie Dana, now that I've gotten you, this, that. She knows that tomorrow she might not get me. But when she's talking to me, Auntie, you know where you went here? You know when you did this and you said this? Do you think I should do that? That's somebody who is understudying you without necessarily calling you every day or having access to
Yes.
you. Okay, so mentorship is happening. But as to whether the mentees are willing to be mentored, it's also very important we handle that.
Whether they are willing to be mentored is another thing. And I always tell young people that having access to learn from others is so much easier in our generation. And as you said, you don't need to really get the number of Diana Hamilton for you to really be satisfied that she's mentoring. But that, like, you, if somebody is watching this interview, just one statement from you alone can change their life. Somebody 10 years and you were 7 years when you started singing, and you just sang in front of a crowd at the age of 13, and that person is 10 years and she's got a gift of singing, and she's really yearning to sing in front of a crowd. That one statement is going to cause them to understand that, look, just take your time and do your thing, and the appropriate time the door will open. So it's also about patience, isn't it?
It's so much about patience and not okay, so two things. It's very important to be patient, but whilst you're patient, between the time where you are aspiring to be and the time where you actually become, there's a time between that, and that time is used as a training time, a training session, taking hold of every advantage placed under you, to take advantage of every opportunity that you get, i.e. you sing in your church, and love singing in your church, serve in your church. I'm using my ministry as an example. That's what I'm saying, sing in your church. Somebody is just waiting for that break to sing in a stadium when their church doesn't even know he or she is a singer, because she feels the music director is too harsh. But the thing is, you might not always hear what you want to hear. Somebody's saying, I need you to mentor me. But when they bring a song to you and you say, this song is not right, then they get angry and they walk away. But if somebody is your mentor, they will not be your cheerleader. They will be your cheerleader when you're doing right, but they will be somebody who will rebuke you when you're doing wrong. The question is, are you willing to be rebuked when it's time to be rebuked? That's the thing.
And it looks like people in our generation are also too emotional, especially when they are given constructive criticisms, isn't it? And how so people need to accept the fact that criticism is part of the journey, right?
Oh yeah, it is part of the journey, and it will shape you. It will shape you. It's I said this I did a concert with a choir, Harvest Praise, last Easter. No, not this Easter, the one before last. And 10 years before that, I had done the same thing with them. And I learned a great lesson on that stage. Somebody spoke something to me that was really harsh, but I learned from it. I picked it. And 10 years later, when I jumped on their stage, I gave a testimony to that effect.
Wow.
So not everything you hear is great, but it shapes you. It shapes you. And it's very important that we show gratitude to the people, one that will praise us, but also that will tell us something that will bruise us. Because that's all it's doing. It only bruises you, and then you get toughened up. Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, living in abroad, trying to break into the African market, a Nigerian living in abroad wants to break into the Nigerian market, a Ghanaian living abroad wants to break into the Ghanaian market. You have done it excellently well. What
Okay.
is your magic?
What is my magic? Wow. I wish I had a magic. My magic has been the grace of God. That was the most important one. The grace of God and a collection of everything that we've spoken about. Consistency, total absolute reliance on God, the right people around me, surrounding myself with the right people, brightening the corner where I am, and forging ahead.
Wow.
And so yeah.
That's really powerful, because when 2007 I was in Ghana, I switched on the television. I've come to Ghana running my business, and I switched on the television and I saw this woman in the 90 getting up, praying and singing, and I'm like, who's this?
Sweet.
Who is this new kid on the block? You know. And I perfectly remembers that day. And since then, I've been following, and I got to realize that Dr. Oko's wife is that, and I knew Dr. Oko from tech. I'm like, oh, okay. And you've really moved on consistently to be better every time, And one of my highlight moments is the experience with Dinah Hamilton.
Right.
How is it going?
By the grace of God, it's going well. I remember when I met my manager, Uncle Charles, and he said to me, "Auntie, we can do this in Ghana. We can." And I was like, "But I don't live there." But let me just go back to even how I'm able to break through to Ghana and still be able to. It's just, and I think I'll be able to combine the two, because I've always been real to myself. That's one thing that, and I've never forgotten my roots, because I'm a Ghanaian through and through. And so I was always in touch. That's how come you went to Ghana and you saw my song on TV. And my executive producer was in Ghana, so he'd put these songs on TV. And then my manager here said to me, "Auntie, we can do this in Ghana." I was like, "Okay, do this in Ghana, you sure?" And and he was like, "Yes, it's doable. Let's start talking to people, surrounding yourself with the right people, isn't it?" So we started, looking for links. Who do we speak to? Where do we go? And people were already there. If you are when you're doing a research, your research starts from somebody who's done something. You'd go and do you reference people. You go and see what people have done in the past. So we approach people who had already done in the past and ask them how they did it. And we started working on it. And here we are with experience with Dinah Hamilton. We've had some in the UK. We have some in Ghana, and God has been good.
I think very soon it will be going to the States, isn't it?
Oh, it almost did. It actually should have gone in June this year, and we all know the obvious reason, isn't it?
I'm obviously in the spirit. Now, I'm about to wrap up, but I read somewhere that you're a very good cook, and most of your dresses you design it by yourself. Is that true?
That's true.
Wow. And I think one of these days I'll come for my watches, special one.
Oh yeah, I do very good wachi. I do. What else do I do? I do wachi. I do tilapia. I do banku. I do katang kwai.
Wow.
I do fried rice. I do jollof. I do. Well, we
We
try.
try, but we do best.
Yeah, yeah. Talk a cry. You know, we try.
Yeah, but with the designing of your clothes, because when you're on stage, the kind of design that you wear, so some of them are being designed by yourself, right? And that is
Yes, when I say I design them, I don't make
exactly,
them.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't make them, but I know what I want to
Yeah.
wear, and I have a team of people that we're able to sit down and agree on. I hope you're still on.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah.
Okay, great. Another call came through, so you got me worried. So we then decide on what to wear. I'm always thinking of what to be comfortable for me, what will look great, and all that. But yeah,
So that is another
yeah.
gift in another gift.
Oh, there's something bigger in that area coming. So
Wow.
let's just wait and see.
Okay, I'm always waiting. I'm always waiting. I can't wait to have the next conversation on that. I think we've got some comments here. Edu said, Princess, God bless you, ma'am. Mabel,
Mm.
Nyamiche Hansen is awesome. Dennis and Sarah says, good afternoon, woman of God. God bless you, Amen. Odomami says, yeah, God minister, my mentor. Yes, it's been wonderful having you, and trust me, I've really enjoyed the discussion. But what does the future hold for Dinah Hamilton and the Ghanaian music industry?
God is not through with us yet. God is not through with us yet. He's only just beginning with us. And so greater things are ahead. We're believing God for more open doors, open heavens, the opportunity to be a blessing to people. Watch out for my clothing lines that are coming in. Watch out for more songs that are coming. And don't forget to pray for us because the God who's begun with us hasn't finished with us yet.
So now a lot of people are watching us online now. If somebody wants to follow you on social media or any of your product and services where they can get your albums, wherever, if you can really tell
Okay.
our
All right.
viewers.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me again. But all my when you go on any of my social media handles, Diana Hamilton or Diana Entry Hamilton, you should find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube is Diana Hamilton, and go follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. All my songs are available to download and stream. I've just released a song, Yansambua Kwanyame, that is doing so well. Wasem is another song that is already doing so well. They're all available on iTunes, on Amazon, Apple Music. And so make sure to download these songs and be a blessing and be blessed by these songs as well.
Trust me, I'm going to watch this interview again and take pen and paper and take proper notes, Yes, because it's been an exciting discussion. But before I go, I want to mention some few sponsors for this program. Train to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm. It's for all your business startup, business development, and helping you to strategically position yourself in the marketplace. P&Q Personnel, your #1 agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses based in the UK. This is for only UK residents. Then also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. If you are importing something from abroad or you are exporting something, just go to ALS Global Shipping and Logistics. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They have launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, that is *270#. Just register. It's just free registration and be part of the ZPay family. Then also Kudu Business Support, your web or graphic design app development and for all your social media management. It's been a wonderful discussion with Dinah Hamilton, and I really enjoyed every bit of it. I hope you also enjoyed it. And trust me, we'll be coming your way next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I've got a very young person. that is coming on the show to come and talk to us about their story, their entrepreneurial journey. This Tuesdays is dedicated for young people between the ages of 12 to 30 years. It is the Step Out Youth Impact Zone. And the Step Out Youth Impact Zone is about causing young people to really share their own stories. So be part of it. Don't miss out. Don't miss out, because it's going to be a powerful segment. And I have enjoyed today's interview. Please, we would like you to share this to everyone. We would like you to share this to everyone. Just take the link and share it on WhatsApp, share it on other platforms, and also be part of this story. It's been an amazing discussion with Dinah Hamilton. We'll be coming your way again Tuesday. Please, if you are watching us for the first time, please like our page and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, T2i TV. Thank you very much, and God richly bless you. See you very soon.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.